Hey everybody, Tony Gohard here once again for Punks Doing Stuff, and today we are doing the premiere of Rick and Morty. After all of these fucking years, it feels like fucking forever, but it's been about 2 years, Rick and Morty is finally starting to premiere again.
Since Game of Thrones?
Yeah, pretty much since Game of Thrones, Rebecca says, with the tear in her eye.
And that's already ended.
We are starting up on, I was about to say Game of Thrones. We are starting up on Rick and Morty. We have been binging Rick and Morty, actually. That's what's playing in the background right now, in case you couldn't hear it, even though it's loud as shit. But we are doing that. We picked up some drink, got a little 30-pack right there, which has a bunch of fucking horses, which is cool because Rebecca's aunt and uncle both worked at the Budweiser plant in Houston, off on the east end of Houston. And they took care of horses also, not quite the Clydesdales. They took care of race horses for the tracks, but they did have pictures of them with the Clydesdales because, you know, it's a company thing. At any rate, we are going to dive straight into this shit. We are going to crack open a beer or two, let it foam up a little bit, probably spill on my pants, and we are going to drink a little bit while we are watching this. We've got about, I'd say about 10 minutes before it actually starts, so we will check that out, and I will jump back and let you guys know what I thought of it, because I'm more than sure it's going to be good. It's definitely going to be cool, but is it going to be funny, or is it going to be fucking mind-bending? Who knows? With this show, it's impossible to tell, so we're going to get started right now. Well, we have gone through the season premiere of Rick and Morty, and it was definitely interesting. It was definitely something that I was not expecting, because essentially the entire episode just revolved around Morty and some crazy shit that was going on with him. And I'm trying to kind of steady this thing, but it probably won't steady. The TV's still going on in the background because, you know, that's shit. We're not finished watching TV. But in the episode, you do get to see a bunch of different things. Like, essentially, it was about Morty basically trying to live his life to where he could end up with the girl that he was always fucking pining over. And that whole thing, you know, they went to go and find these death crystals or whatever, and then it's supposed to show you the way that you're going to die, or I guess a way to avoid how you're going to die. So he goes and gets one of those, he does this whole thing, and then he just tries to live his life based on that. But, you know, it's one of those old sayings where, you know, if you know how you're going to die and you try and avoid it, it's going to make things worse for you because you're trying to avoid what's going to kill you. You're not really going to live life. So he was doing his whole thing, doing that whole shit, and he just fucked everything up all along the way. But along the way, it did show us a little bit of the other dimensions. And basically, in all of the other seasons and all that shit, they show you dimensions and shit, and it all makes sense because it's all, you know, human. But it does go into different things with, like, let's say shrimp and I forget what the other one was, a wasp and I don't know, some kind of fucking bug. So it shows you their whole thing as if they were represented as that type of life form class or whatever you want to call it. So that was definitely interesting because some of them do look kind of grotesque. And Rebecca was all like, ugh, that thing looks blah blah blah. And I was looking and I was like, yeah, that fucking looks crazy. But you do get to see them. They do act just the way that they were, or that they would have acted if they were, you know, that essentially it's just all the same characteristics as they are. And then, of course, they get into their whole, you know, Nazi bullshit. There was like a scene where they were Nazis or something and some other shit. But yeah, the entire thing, yeah, you're supposed to think that they're Nazis or fascists or fucking socialist. Yeah, I'm looking at you. But yeah, socialist and all kind of stupid shit like that. And just all along, it's just like a fucking, you know, back and forth. It's like a straight line, but a straight line that's fucking wavy. Which isn't a straight line, but does it really fucking matter? No, it doesn't, because it still ends up at the same point. So, shit happens, and then everybody realizes that they fucked up. And then, of course, they have that little bonus scene at the end where fucking Morty is looking around, and then Summer says some stuff. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but essentially you just realize that, damn, he did all that shit and he just fucked up. Because he really fucked up, because what he saw wasn't what he thought he saw. What he saw was what he saw, but it wasn't what he interpreted it as. So, all in all, this episode was actually pretty funny. It was pretty cool, and I did like it. And I'm just gonna fucking sit around for another week and wait for another one of these. Well, actually, I'll probably wait for South Park to start before that, but that's what went on. That's what was happening. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that crap, and you'll get some more of my fucking crazy commentary on other bullshit like that.